Good morning, good morning. Hi, guys. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream on Sunday morning at whatever point you come in. Yeah, I'm just sat here having a cup of tea. Oh, lovely. Love a cup of tea. So I've got loads to catch up with you. Loads. And today I'm going to be telling you more about my 1010 coaching program. So do stay with me for that, guys. Really excited. I want to just give you more information about the program, how we're going to move together, how we're going to support each other, and how we're going to reach our goals all together. So do stay with me for that, guys. And good morning. I can see I've got somebody with me today. So hello and welcome. Hope you're well. Do drop a comment and let me know who you are so I can welcome you and say good morning. So how are you guys? How are you? So I know some of you may come in and watch this following the live stream, and that's okay. At whatever point you come in, then a huge warm welcome to you. So first off, yeah, I wasn't here last Sunday. Yeah, we had a bit of an emergency. Oh my days, broke my little heart. It absolutely did break my heart. So what it is, you know, if you follow me, if you know me, I've got 5 cats. I love my cats, and my garden is almost like a cat sanctuary. Every time I look out, I've got like all the neighborhood cats in my garden, and just new ones keep turning up all the time. So what had happened was, all over the summer, I've had a cat in my garden, beautiful black and white cat, but I can tell it was an older cat, and he'd literally just taken root in my garden. You know, there's sofas and chairs and swings and cushions, and he'd just make himself comfortable. So I thought I'll put some food down for him, because he used to come in whenever the doors was open in the summer. He'd sneak into the house, into the kitchen, and go and help himself to the cat food. So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to start putting food down for him, because clearly he's hungry. And you know, they always say don't feed stray cats, because if you feed them, they're going to stay with you, and if they've got a home, then they're not going to go back home. So I thought, at first I didn't want to feed him. Anyway, he just kept turning up every day, and he'd be in the garden for hours, day and night. So I started feeding him, putting food and water down for him, and he'd just make himself really, really comfortable. And it would just like be hanging out with my cats. My cats didn't mind him at all. Anyway, he was there all summer, and then about a week and a half ago, he just disappeared. I just didn't see him. And I thought to myself, oh, he's probably gone, he's gone back home. You know, he's gone home. And sorry, excuse me. So some cats have collars, and you know that they belong to somebody. But other cats, like my cats, they don't wear collars. One, because I've got 3 Bengals and I can hardly touch them to give them their flea drops. Never mind put a collar on them, so that's not going to happen. I've got an older cat, Bobby, and if she does go out, which is very rare, she'll literally go on the patio, on the sofa, and stay there. She doesn't go out anywhere. I mean, she's 20 years old. And Benji's 2. He's my ginger Tom. I don't put a collar on him because he goes up the trees, and he climbs up the trees, and the last thing I want is for him to get caught, his collar to get caught in a branch, and he ends up in a bad way. He jumped from a tree last year and really hurt himself. Cost me a fortune. Cost me an absolute fortune to take him to the vet, and I had to give him painkillers, you know, antibiotics. Cost me a fortune. Now I don't mind that. It set me back several £100, but I don't mind that. What I don't want is if he's jumping in a tree and the branches get caught underneath his collar, and not a good look. So I decided not to put collars on them. So none of my cats have got collars. So I thought to myself, when I seen this stray cat, I thought, just because he hasn't got a collar doesn't mean he hasn't got a home, or doesn't mean he doesn't belong to anybody. So I put it on the Facebook group, my local Facebook group, and nobody came forward for him. So I just thought, I'll just keep feeding him. Anyway, didn't see him for a week, and I just thought, oh, he's gone home. He's gone back home. Then last Saturday, guys, oh my days, break my heart. Last Saturday, I was in the kitchen cooking, the back door's open, and I turned round and there he is. And I was like, I called him Boris, and I was like, oh my God, Boris. And as he saw me, he turned to run out. Oh my God, you could have knocked me over with a feather, guys. His two back legs, his two hind legs were literally dragging on the floor. It just was the most horrific sight. His two hind legs were crushed. They were flat. This sounds terrible. But you know when you buy a spatchcock chicken? Yeah, have you ever seen those spatchcock chickens where they just like cut the carcass and the legs and the arms are just not on, but you know what I mean. The hind legs are just like splayed out and they're flat, and it's the spatchcock way of preparing this kitchen. Well, this cat's hind legs were like that, literally splayed out and flat on the floor, and he's dragging them. And I was just like, I was beside myself. I was like, oh my God, the panic had set in. I was really scared. And he ran. Well, this sounds really funny, but he ran. And you're probably thinking, how can a cat with two broken legs run? Well, he'd used his front paws, to drag himself along. And let me tell you, he was quick as anything. Really, really quick. And he ran outside and he disappeared. And I thought, oh my God. Anyway, about an hour later, it obviously was hiding in the garden. And about an hour later, I saw him in the garden, and again on his front paws, and he's dragging his hind legs. And I was just like, oh my God, oh my goodness. I thought, I need to get him to a vet. He needs medical attention. But I'm like a scaredy cat, and I couldn't even look at him. I was just so horrified and really upset. So I called my daughter-in-law. Oh my God, she's brilliant. She's, I call her over and she'll like give them their worming treatments and their flea treatments. Honestly, I told her she's missed her vocation. She needs to be working with animals. She's really good. So I called her, and she came over in the evening, and he was in my garden. So I said to her, what we'll do, we'll get him and put him in the cat carrier and get him off to the vet. And we'd already phoned the vets and told them, so they know that we'd be bringing him in. So but when he saw her, he ran, and he got through the fence. So that was it. He'd gone. Now, you imagine, I'd phoned the vets and said to them that I've got this poorly cat. And they said, yeah, bring him up. I said, is there going to be a charge? They said, no. If they'll do a scan, if he's microchipped, they'll inform the owners. If he's not microchipped, then if I want to adopt him, I can do, and I can pay for the treatment. But if they think he can be saved, then they'll operate and they'll rehome him. I thought, okay, at least we've got some options. So my daughter-in-law then rang them just before she came over to me, and she told them this story. Now, I'll tell you, but I don't know what they thought. And when she told me, I was laughing, and she said they didn't believe her. They thought it was a hoax call because she's saying she's got a cat with 2 broken legs and she's chasing him and he's jumped the fence and he's disappeared. And they're kind of like, yeah, really, you've got a cat with 2 broken legs. You can't chase it. You can't catch him because he's run off and now he's jumped the fence. And she said the way she was telling it, she knew that they thought she was having them on. So it was funny. But anyway, we didn't catch him. We didn't catch him because let me tell you, even with 2 broken hind legs, he moved like lightning. And I thought his poor front legs and his shoulders and his upper body must be so tired. Poor thing. So anyway, that was it. Didn't see him. So I put down the cat carrier in like a secluded place because we were worried that he'd be attacked by foxes. And because I do have foxes that come in my garden, and I thought he wouldn't stand a chance. He wouldn't stand a chance. So I hid it on the cat carrier underneath a chair. And by a quiet corner by the shed, and I put food and water down for him. So anyway, next morning I crept out. I couldn't see him, he wasn't there, and of course I'm panicking, thinking that he's curled up and died somewhere, or the fox had got him, or something terrible had happened. Anyway, later in the afternoon I saw him. So he sees me and he comes to me, and it, oh my God, it broke my heart because I thought this cat, in his absolute moment of distress, he's really badly injured, he's hurt, he's probably scared, alone, hungry, in a lot of pain. He sees me and he comes to me. Oh God, I'm trying not to cry because it just absolutely really upset me. You have to be an animal lover to get it. You really do. So he comes to me. So I put food down and water down. Obviously, it's not getting close enough for me to touch him, but close enough for him to say, I'm here, look at me, I need help. So I called my daughter-in-law and she says, get him in the house. Get him in the house. And just keep him there, let him settle. So let me tell you, that was a feat and a half. It really was. So I had to put the food down in the living room, close all the doors, get my keys, go out the front door, sit in the garden near the door. And whilst when he eventually got in the house, oh, it's just awful seeing him dragging himself in the house. And as he dragged himself in the house, and he's eating, I got up and I ran and closed the back door and got him trapped. And he was so quick, literally got him, literally. By the time I closed him, his paws were right up against the door. And I thought, I've got to just get him in the house. Whew. So he was in. And then I was able to go around the front into the house and keep an eye on him. Anyway, my daughter-in-law came a bit later, and by this time he's trapped in the one room, and again she was there trying. He was running under the sofa. Oh my goodness, I tell you, a cat with 2 broken hind legs are hard to catch. Anyway, we eventually caught him. Well, she eventually caught him, and she got him up the vets. And they took one look at him. They microchipped, scanned him to see if he was microchipped, and he wasn't. And then they said, even if we wanted to keep him, we can't because he was too badly injured, which we knew. It literally looked like a wheel of car had gone over his back legs. Oh, it was just horrific. It was horrific. And they said he was so badly injured, they're not even going to operate. They're not going to operate because, one, he's in a lot of pain. Secondly, sepsis would have set in if it hadn't. And 3, he's going to die. He's going to die. So yeah, I was just pleased that we got him to the vets and he was able to live out his last days or his last hours in peace, because she said they would give him some antibiotics, give him some pain, well, give him pain relief, and then start that process of putting him to sleep, um, which I know was the best thing for him. So yeah, he last Sunday he crossed the bridge into cat heaven, and hopefully he's playing with all the other kitty catties, and you know is safe. But yeah, it was, oh my goodness, it was just, it was awful, it was awful. And I was just like, that's the best thing, because I would hate for him to die alone in pain in my garden, and then for me to come out and find him. Oh my goodness. So at least he passed with dignity. And I know he's a cat, and some people would be like, what's the problem? He's a cat. But when you're an animal lover, you'll get it. You know, you'll get it. So yeah, so that's why I didn't come on and do a live last week. We were really busy with Boris, trying to get him, trying to get him safe, and get him medical treatment. So yeah. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tony. Lovely to have you here, my darling. I've seen your messages, but I just wanted to carry on with the story so it flows. But yeah, good morning. How are you? How are you, Tony? I hope you're well. Hope you're doing okay. And yeah, to everybody who comes in and joins me, you know, and watches this live at whatever point you come in, then good morning. And I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Anyway, new glasses, guys. New glasses. Honestly, I'm so addicted. I'm so addicted. I'm obsessed, I should say, obsessed. I've done a video last week about my glasses collection so far, the collection so far. So if you've not seen that, feel free to go and watch it. It needs a few views, so feel free to watch it after this. So anyway, guys, I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good week. What you've been up to? Got my notebook with a few things that I want to share with you. Me oven's gone. Oh my days, can you believe it? Last night I was making a video, a cooking video for those lovely people who are in my membership. I was making a special video for them, and I'd done all the prep, got it ready, popped it in the oven, went back 20 minutes later, it's stone cold. Me oven's gone. So I couldn't finish the video. I know. So I'm going to have to, for those of you in the membership, thank you so much. What I will do is make you another video that doesn't require the use of my oven. Okay. So I've got all of this food in the fridge that I'm going to have to try and take to me. Actually, I'll probably do that after this, because I'm going to go into to Home Bargains. So I'll probably pass by my son's house and pop it in the oven, let it cook. Yeah, that's an idea. So yeah, I'm on the hunt, but I probably won't get a new oven, to be honest, because I very rarely use my oven. I think what I'm going to do is invest in a new air fryer, because I use my air fryer all the time. It's only because these things that are pastry that I was going to get the new oven, but that was putting it in the oven. But I won't bother with that. I'll just get an air fryer. But guys, our membership, let me give a massive shout out to everybody who is in our membership. Good morning, Claire. Hello, my lovely. Great to have you with us today. So massive shout out to Horatio, to Tony, to Diane. Diane is my soldier. She's been with me even when I wasn't uploading content, even when I had to pause. She stayed with me, and you know, was contributing each month towards the channel. So you know, thank you so much, Diane, for that. I absolutely appreciate you, because you know, this channel, whilst it's monetized, it makes very little money. So that's why we started the membership, so we can get a little bit of funds so that it can help the channel grow, because it costs, I've got to pay for things like Canva every single month, so I can create those thumbnails, and I want to invest in a new camera. It costs. So whilst it doesn't pay for me to go on holidays or shopping or anything like that, any money that we get from the YouTube channel, like from monetization, or now the membership, will just go towards investing, so I can continue bringing you content and improving the content as well, improving the quality of the content. So so Diane, you've been my trooper, you've been my girl, you've been my ride or die. You have stayed with me for all of those months where the membership was on pause, and your contribution each month made a massive difference to me. So thank you so much. So shout out to Diane, to Horatio, to Tony, to Jace, and also to Ali, who are my members, and they've all joined at the $4.99 a month level. So $4.99, what do you get for that? You get your emojis, you get priority responses when you make a comment, you get exclusive member posts, member shorts, and member videos. Plus, if that wasn't enough, plus once a month you get invited to a meetup, which is on Zoom, our virtual meetup. And our next meetup is, I'm sure it's around the 14th of September. But what I do is I put a link out there in the members exclusive area. And you just, as long as you've got Zoom downloaded, you do need to have Zoom on your device. You just click the link and then you come and join us. And we chat about all sorts of things, whatever you want to talk about. Usually it's around the weight loss and wellness journey. You could ask questions, get support. It's just so lovely. And we had our first one last month and it was brilliant, and I absolutely love it. And then what I do is I record the session, download it, and then upload it as a video just for the members. So if you can't attend, you can still watch it. But also, if you just want to go back and watch the content, it's there. So that is exclusive only for members. So that's what you get. All of that just for $4.99 a month, guys. It's less than a cup of coffee. Yeah, you're going to get extra value. Now, we'd love you to come and join our community. So feel free to come and check out the membership. There's a video there that tells you a bit more about what you get for $4.99. That's the gold member. If you don't want to join that, that's fine, but you can still support the channel in so many different ways. You could join at $1.99 and you get emojis, priority responses, and your badges. So you get that for $1.99 a month. Again, that all helps. You could also do like when I'm on my live, you can make a donation as well, so that should be enabled. And you can just make a donation, whatever you want. If you want, you don't have to, but it's there if you want to. Or you could buy me a coffee or make a PayPal contribution. So you don't have to. I'm not here with me begging bowl. You don't have to, but I know that some people in the past have really valued the content, and they feel that the content has really, really helped them. So they want to support the channel and they want to support me, and I really, really appreciate that. Any support you can provide is great, but if you come into the membership, you're going to get value for money for your contribution. So do check that out, guys. Do check that out. So I did see a comment come through. Let me just have a little look. So Tony, you had the biggest shock of your life last week. You was told that one of your best friends has passed away with sepsis 8 months ago. You didn't know, and you would have been at his funeral and you was annoyed. Oh my days, I'm so sorry to hear that, Tony. And you know what? I can imagine that that's a shock, because when we have our friends, and you know what, with life, the cycle of life, we make friends, life gets busy, we don't always see our friends, and then we catch up with them at some point in the future. You know, we always wish them well, but when we hear that someone's passed away, I can imagine that that's a shock. So I'm so sorry to hear that, Tony. And I was in Tesco's just 2 days ago, and I saw a lady and I thought, I know her. And it was one of my good friends. And we used to, you know, there was 3 of us, and we used to always hang out. We used to go clubbing together. We used to go clubbing. We used to go out clubbing to like 2, 3 in the morning. Then we'd be in town, and then we'd find a local club, and then like a local blues, that sort of thing. And we'd do that. And then we'd drag ourselves home at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then get an hour's rest, and then meet up for breakfast at a buffet, like a restaurant not far, right in between where we all lived. And then that was it, crash for the rest of the day. And we used to do that Saturday and Sundays. Oh, that was life. And life just, you know, happened, and we just lost touch. Anyway, I seen her the other day, and I was like, oh my days. So we've reconnected, and she took one look at me. She goes, Angela, there's nothing on you. She says, where you've disappeared, you've lost loads of weight, because she hasn't seen me. It's 7 years since I've seen her. I know that's how long ago it is. 7 years. And I started my weight loss journey 6 years ago. So she saying that made me feel, and funnily enough, I jumped on the scales today and I hadn't lost anything. But thinking about that compliment that she was like, because she saw me at my absolute biggest. And now she's seen me with 12 stone weight loss. She was like, she couldn't believe her eyes. She didn't even recognize me for quite a few minutes. I had to say, it's Angela. Yeah, it's me, Angela. And she was like, oh my days. So yeah, guys, you know, compliments, sometimes, you know, take the compliments and celebrate those compliments. But yeah, Tony, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that you've lost your friend, and due to sepsis as well, and you missed his funeral too. Claire, good morning, my lovely. Great to have you here with us, my lovely. Let me just read your message. So yeah, glad to catch the live at the beginning and not at the end. Yeah, it's great to have you. And guys, if you've come in at various points, feel free to go back right up to the top and catch the whole of the session. Okay. And then Tony, let's have a look. Oh, my messages has gone. Let me try this hand. Oh, what? I can't see that message. The message isn't coming back. Hopefully it might come back in a minute. That's it when you're doing it all on your own. Some of the larger channels, they've got people helping them, moderators, they've got people helping them behind the scenes, and then they relay the messages. But when you're doing it all yourself, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get into our program in a minute, but I just want to tell you, yeah, do you like my glasses, guys? New glasses. Totally obsessed, totally obsessed with buying these glasses. So if you've not seen my video about my glasses collection, do check it out. I need some eyes on it, because I don't know why, but the views are really low, so feel free to check it out. And guys, I would also petition, do a girl a favor, you know, check out some of my videos that you haven't watched, especially some of the more recent ones, and just let it play in the background, because I need views on them. Okay, it's really disheartening when I spent a lot of time making videos and doing the thumbnails and editing, spent hours on the video, and then YouTube doesn't recommend it. YouTube doesn't put it out there. It's really disheartening. But I know you guys do support me, so I really appreciate you. So every time you watch a video of mine, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment on it as well. Even if it's hi Angela, just drop a comment, because that helps with engagement and interaction, and YouTube sees it as, oh, somebody's liked this video, somebody's commented, she must be saying something of value. And then what it does, it puts it out to more people. So yeah, anytime you see a video of mine, guys, I would really appreciate if you could just engage with it. It just makes a little difference to me. Anyway, I just want to tell you one other thing that's happened to me this week, and then I'm going to get into the main topic. So I went from a physio session this week. I went for physio. Who knew? Who knew that I was getting out of my chair incorrectly for 58 years? Who knew? So I've been going for my shoulder, and after having me, oh right, the messages has come back. So Tony says he was a great friend, but he got on well with everyone, but as luck was, his funeral was live streamed on YouTube. He was a family friend. He used to chat to your dad, yeah, about life in Jamaica. Do you know what? And that's great thing, is that lots of funerals are live streamed now. Yeah, so that's good. I hope you can find it, Tony. And do you like my glasses? Yeah, I've got a face for glasses. Yeah, thank you. And Claire, you'll be joining the gold membership after September the 18th, just juggling some things around. And you're looking back. I'm looking back on your videos. I will go back in all and comment a lot of the video. Thank you so much, my lovely. Thank you so much. Do you know what? People who come into the membership absolutely love it, don't you, Tony and Horatio and Claire? I know that Ali and Diane, I know that you love the community there. We're a small community, we're growing. So Claire, I'm sure you're going to really, really enjoy, and you're going to get value from the membership. So thank you, my lovely. I look forward to seeing you in the membership. Yeah, thank you so much for offering to go back and liking and commenting on my videos. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, I've been getting out my chair wrong. So I went to see the physio, told him about my shoulder, said that since I've had my steroid injection in the shoulder a couple of weeks ago, it's feeling so much better. I've got so much more movement in it. And he said, well, that's really good, but you've got to carry on with the exercises, because what's happened is the steroid has reduced the inflammation, but the problem is when the steroid wears off, the underlying problem is still there. So he says, I've still got to keep doing my exercises. I said, no problem. Then I said he was going to book my next appointment for January, which would have been fine for the shoulder. But I said, by the way, can you help me with both my hands, because oh my days, they hurt. So he's given me some really simple exercises. I'll show you guys. He says, put your hands like that, and then I just bring my fingers over like that. All right, so that's the first one. I've got to do these, just continue doing them through the day. And the next one is curl. When I do that, oh my days, it really hurts. Got to bring my fingers over like that. And then the next one is I've got to bunch them over like that and make a fist. God, it so hurts over here. So he says, just do these simple exercises every day, like play the piano as well, and stretch them out, stretch my fingers out like that. He says, when I do that, that will just help. So I says, what about my hip? So he said, so he'd done a few assessments, and he goes, yeah, my left hip, he says, I think he was quite shocked at the lack of strength in my hip. He said he did see me walking in, and he said, yeah, he could see that I was having problems walking. But when he assessed the strength, no strength in there. So he said, he got me to sit down, and he asked me to stand up because he wanted to see how I was standing up, because he'd been noticing every time I stood up in the past sessions. So I'll just then, when I get up, I twist and I get out of my chair like that. He said what I'm doing is I'm putting pressure on the hip and on my knees. I've been getting out of my chair wrong. And funnily enough, I was telling my son, and I said to my son, you know, stand up, show me how you stand up. And my son does it exactly the same as me. So I think it's learnt behaviour. So I twist and get out of my chair like that, putting all my weight on my hip. He says, no, the way I need to stand up is I need to just lean forward, tilt and lean forward. So my centre of gravity is forward. And then using my knees, and my knees being slightly turned out, then just push up like that. And when I do that, oh my days, I can believe it. Straight away, no pressure on my hip, no pressure on my knees. I know. Who knew? Who knew? And he also said when I sit down as well, what I do is I'll just plonk myself down. But he said I need to find my centre of gravity and then just ease myself into my chair. Who knew? Who knew these things? I'll tell you. I was like, yeah. So I've probably been bending to pick things up incorrectly. And obviously I'm walking incorrectly as well. I know. Who knew? So yeah, so he's booked me in for in 4 weeks time now, so he can start working on my hip, because oh my days. Let me tell you, you know, the other thing is people say that when you lose weight, for every pound you lose, that's £4 off your joints. Well, that might work for some people, but I tell you, that ain't true for me. Ain't true, because you would have think that losing 176 pounds, I would have no pressure on my joints. Losing weight hasn't made much difference. Well, it's not made any difference to my arthritis, because the arthritis is a disease of the joints. But it hasn't made, I wouldn't say any different. I'd say it hasn't made much difference to the pain that I feel and the pressure on my joints. It hasn't. But then again, it could be because I've been walking wrong, bending down wrong, picking things up correctly, sitting correctly, getting out of my chair incorrectly. Could be all of that. Yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you are all well. Thank you for being here. So guys, I'm super excited to tell you more about the 10-10 coaching program. Now, I just want to make this absolutely clear. This 10-10 coaching program, it's completely different to the channel membership. Okay, it's a completely different program. The channel membership is hosted and run on my YouTube channel, but this 10-10 coaching program is completely separate, and it's going to be available on a website which is going to go live either tonight or tomorrow. And I will put out some marketing and some information about 10-10 and where you can click the link to the website to check it out. Okay, so what is 10-10? So 10-10 is 10 habits in 10 weeks. So having lost 176 pounds or 175 pounds, I have learned, well, let me just start that again. Having lost 176 pounds, get it right, Angela. Having lost 175 pounds and having coached hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people around wellness and weight loss and keeping it off, one of the key things that I've learned for myself and supporting others is habits. Habits are absolutely critical. You can do whatever program you want. You can do Slimming World, Weight Watchers, keto, carnivore, paleo, count calories, count your macros. Do nothing. You can, whatever it is you choose to do, you have to have habits in place, good habits. Because if you can start Weight Watchers or Slimming World or start counting your macros, that is not going to get you weight loss. Just by signing up, having the app, that's not going to get you weight loss. What's going to get you weight loss and keeping it off is by forming health. Well, let me just go back. What's going to get you weight loss is by you looking at your habits, finding out what habits are not serving you, what habits is getting in the way of you getting weight loss, and stopping those habits or tweaking those habits so that they start, those newly changed habits starts working for you, or putting in place new habits. It's the habits that is what's going to get you where you want to be. And with the habits combined like that is mindset and being committed. Yeah. So we have to be committed first. It's like that layer. We be committed to our journey. We make that commitment to ourselves. Then we work on the mindset every single day. And then when we get that, have that positive, strong mindset, that allows us then to put new habits in place and to keep working on those habits. Okay. So that being said, the 10-10 coaching program is about getting us looking at our habits and getting us building habits that are going to support us or putting new habits in place. So the program is about 10 weeks to form, to work on, to change, to build 10 new habits. So how does it work? When you join the program, you're going to get a list of 100 habits. And what you can do is look through the list of habits and think, okay, I want to work on this habit this week. Or it might be that you've already got a habit that you just need tweaking and refining a little bit. That's fine. Work on that. But if you're thinking, I want to get some new habits in place, go down the list of 100 habits and choose just one. And for 1 week, you're going to work on that habit. Okay? You're going to make that habit priority in your week. And that's going to help you to consolidate, to firm up, to find that the place in your week. It might be something like water. You might want to start increasing your water, for example. So for 1 week, you're going to just make the water the priority. You're going to focus in on it. You're going to think about how you can get more water in. Okay. Where is it that you're not getting water in, and what can you do to change that? Okay. So that's week 1, but you're not going to be alone, guys. You're going to have a video that I'm going to deliver for you that's going to be encouraging and motivating and supporting you. It's like a check-in. Okay. And then week two, so you're going to work on that habit for week 1, and then week 2 you're going to still work on that habit, but now you're going to choose a second habit to work on. Okay, and now that water habit after 7 days should now start to become routine. You're still going to continue with that water habit, but now in week 2 you're going to choose a second habit, and it might be, you might want to prioritize your sleep, for example. So now in week 2 your sleep becomes the priority, and you might start thinking about you know, the time you go to bed, how comfortable your bed is. You might want to put some routines in there, you know, maybe have a warm hot drink before bed, and maybe add some dim lighting, some soft music, whatever it is. You're going to work on that habit to improve your sleep. You're still going to be working on your water, but your sleep is now the priority. Okay, you're also going to get in the second week another video to support you, to keep you going, to keep you motivated, to keep you encouraged around that habit. Okay, then week 3 you now choose another habit, and it might be that you want to I don't know, start walking more, okay, or increase your walking. Okay, you're still in the background working on the water, working on the sleep, but now your activity becomes the priority. You might decide, you know what, I'm going to just walk or increase my activity by 10 minutes extra a day. So you're going to start thinking about how you can increase that. You might go for a walk out at lunchtimes. When you go shopping on the Tuesdays, you might park the car a little bit further. Or you might decide now you're going to allow more time to do your shopping and walk up and down every aisle. Yeah, it's just those little things that you can increase your activity. It might be that you've got some resistant bands at home or some weights, and you're going to start just doing a few reps. It might be like me, as recommended by my physio, just do some standing push-ups against a wall, you know, just to strengthen a inert part of your body. It might be that you're gonna just go walking up and down the steps a little bit. Whatever it is, you're just going to focus on that activity in your 3rd week. Okay, and then we repeated week 4, we choose another habit, but we're still working on the water, you know, the habits on week 1, week 2, week 3, and then we got week 4, and we keep doing that until we get to week 10. So by week 10 we should now have 10 new habits that we're working on. And these things are not something, oh, we've done week 1, I don't need to work on it anymore. No, these are habits that we're looking to put in place that is going to keep us sustained. So we keep working on those habits. It's just in each week, when you select a new habit, that habit becomes the priority. But we just keep working on it. So over 10 weeks, we have 10 habits that we're now working on. They become sustainable. We know how we can fit them into our lives, and we just keep working on them. Okay. And each week you're going to get a video. So you're going to get 10 videos as well. So 10 habits, 10 videos. And the videos are going to be around encouragement, support, motivation, just to that little check-in each week. Okay. And on top of that, you're also going to get 2 coaching sessions with me, 1-to-1 coaching sessions with me, 2. So the first coaching session you're going to get right at week 1. Okay, when you purchase the program, you'll be able to go into my calendar and choose a time that works for you, that we can have a call. a phone call, and I'm going to get you started. We're going to talk through the habits that you want to choose, why you want to choose them, and how I can support you to get going with those. And then your second coaching call is going to come at week 5. And this is again another check-in, one-to-one with me on the phone. You're going to check in and we can just take stock. You know, what's going well? What habits are you enjoying? Do you need to change the habit? Can you tweak the habit? Was it the right habit for you? But maybe if you're having challenges, if you're finding barriers, we can talk about what's not going so well and what needs to happen for you to get those habits in place. Now, the best thing about this, guys, is the program is flexible. So it might be that week 1, you choose a habit. And let me just say, I'm not choosing the habits for you. Okay, this is your program. This is specific to you. So you choose what habits you want to work on. And everybody's habits will be different. Okay. But it might be that in week 1, you decide, I don't know, that you want to start, spending more time around self-care. Okay. And it might be that after 7 days, you think, do you know what? I had a really busy week. I didn't do work on the habit as much as I'd like to. I'm not ready to move on to week 2 yet. That's absolutely fine. I don't have to. You take it at your pace. So you can choose to work on a habit for 1 week. I recommend at least a week that you work on it, at least, no less than a week. But you might decide, you know what, I want to work on this habit a little longer. Okay, so you might decide, I'm not ready to move on to the second habit yet. You can stay working on that first habit for 2 or 3 weeks, and then when you're ready, move on to adding in another habit. So what is designed as a 10-week program can last as long as you want it to. Okay, so you move on to the habit when you're ready, because we're all different, and we will all work at different paces, and we've all got different lives, and things might get in the way. So, but what won't change, the things that won't change, is the 10 videos. You will still have access to those 10 videos as and when you're ready to move up onto a new habit. Those won't change. And what also won't change is the 2 coaching sessions. So week 1 will happen when you buy the program, and week 5 will happen when you are ready to move on to your 5th habit, whether that be in week 5 or week 10 or week 20. Whenever you're ready, your 5th habit, your 5th coaching session will happen in your 5th week. Yeah, when you're ready to move on to the 5th program. I'm excited. How are you feeling, guys? Drop a comment and let me know what you think. Do you think this is a program that is going to work for you? Are you excited to work with me on this program? Do drop a comment and let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts. So that is the 10-10 program. Now, there is a cost to it, and I've tried to keep it as reasonable as possible. And the reason I say this is because there is one, we live in, financially, it's tough for a lot of people out there. It is tough. And there is a lot of programs out there. There is a lot. Now, the price that I've set it at, it is worth a lot more. The price that this program is set out at doesn't even reflect the quality of the program, let alone the coaching that you're going to get. And as for those 10 videos, it doesn't even, the quality and the value you're getting, it's ridiculous. I could easily charge the price that I'm charging for the whole program. I could easily charge just for one of those weeks, easily, and some, the price and more, because the value that you're getting and the quality that you're getting. Okay, but I want this program to be accessible to as many people as possible, because as a coach, I want to support you. I want to coach you. I want us to walk on this journey together. And I will be starting this program in week 1 as well. So I will be literally doing it along with you. Okay. And so I want this to be doable. I want it to be affordable, and I really want to support you. So there is going to be a cost to it, and I've made it as reasonable as possible. And I've toyed around with different price points, but I think I'm at the price point that I don't want to undervalue the program. I don't want to undersell my work, but I want it to be affordable. So it is pitched at £49. £49 for the whole program. So for that, you're getting 10 videos, a program that's going to support you with 10 weeks of habits, plus 2 coaching sessions. £49 for that, for a 10-week program. I've checked around, had a little look around. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. But I would rather make it affordable and have you buy into it and do it alongside me than I pitch it at a higher price and it's not affordable. So drop a comment, guys. Let me know what you think. Drop your initial thoughts. And as with any program, as I work through it myself with you, and as I get feedback from you, then I will tweak it and change it and tailor it. Once you buy the program, it's yours for life. Yours for life. You can access it as many times as you like. And once you finish the 10 weeks, then you can just, because it's yours, you can go back, have a look at the list of 100 habits that will be available. And you might think, do you know what? I love the concept. I'm just going to go back and do the program again and choose another 10 habits to work on. Yeah. So it's not like you come to the end of the 10 weeks and that's it, bam, done and dusted. No, but you'll have the list of 100 habits. You might choose another 10 habits over another 10 weeks. You might decide to continue doing it until you've worked your way through all 100 habits. No extra cost. So there we go, guys. That is the program, the 10-10 coaching program. I'm really excited about it. I would love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know. There is going to be a video. I'm going to do a video without the nose scratching and all of that, with all the mistakes. I'm going to do a video and pop it out on my channel just to promote it. There will be information going out on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and also on my community page. So guys, if you're still with me at this point, drop a like, drop a comment, and let me know what you think. Yeah, let me know. Anyway, guys, that's it. My tea's gone cold. I'm going to go and make the video right now, so it's uploaded. I've got some extra videos to edit. And yeah, I look forward to um, seeing you in the week. Whatever you do, have a lovely, lovely, lovely week, guys. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye.